Hey guys, uh, just got back from seeing Deadpool. I have the tickets right here. Yeah, even went as far as to get the advanced ones, with the cool seats. Um, so I watched it, and I bet people on the internet saying how good it is, how true it is to the character, and how it's so funny and well, if you love that Deadpool movie with all your heart, you better leave the video. Dislike it and leave. Because shit's about to hit the fan. Because here's the truth. That movie was above average at best. It was not as spontaneous or crazy as I thought it was going to be. No, it wasn't. I thought that this was going to be I thought it was going to blow my mind. And it didn't blow my mind. Here's the problem. You see all of the funniest jokes in the trailer. And then when you see them on the screen again and you see them do the same jokes, they're not funny. What were they thinking? Oh, I'm going to use the same jokes again. I'm just going to change up the sound or the tone of it. Because you can tell that they redid the scene. All the fight scenes that you see in this are from the trailer. Granted, here's the one up. The fighting was great. It looked spot on. It was great. I'm taking this off because I'm angry. I left that movie theater angry because it didn't end how I thought it was going to end. Actually, no, I take that back. It did end the way I thought it was going to end. Deadpool is an above average movie at best. At worst, it's probably below that. If you like comedy, you better hope to God you didn't see the trailers, because you're going to see everything coming before it happens. You see everything coming before it happens. What were they thinking? It's linear. They think at the beginning they're bouncing around from... It's linear. I'm sitting there with my dad, and he's like, boring. The beginning was kind of boring. And I'm sitting there and I'm explaining to him, I'm like, well, they try to not make it so boring because they did try to throw you from past, present, to past, to present. It was unnecessary. It didn't work. You might as well have just done it like any other superhero movie. Or whatever the hell you want to call this. Because I'm agree that it is true to the character. The fight scenes are great. It's just all the humor. There's very, very few times where the humor surprises you and makes you actually laugh out loud. I had to make myself laugh a couple times. And that was ridiculous. I don't like to sit there and make myself laugh. And I shouldn't have to do that. This movie is not as good as you thinks. It built up the hype. It gave us trailers that were already in the freaking movie. The hype was stupid. It didn't deserve that much hype. You know what I think? I think the creators and Ryan Reynolds got carried away with their production and how excited they were, that they were not looking at the fact that you put every single good joke, you put almost every single fight scene in the trailer. And then you released clips. What the hell? What were you thinking? You built up this stupid hype, and then you gave us exactly what was in the trailer. But that was pretty much all it was. And then you just add detail to what the trailer was. I saw everything coming a mile away. I read comic books. I know the origin. I understood what I was getting into when I walked into this movie. But I don't understand how I walked into this movie and I felt like it was lazy. And you can argue like Spider-Man or X-Men, or those movies are linear. They're straight from the comic book. They're like that. Somehow they're pretty fucking entertaining, all right? Let me explain why. Because they're superheroes, so we root for them. We root for them. Deadpool is not a superhero. He just likes to sit there and cause shit, create shit, and my lens just fell out. Excuse me. This movie, okay, fine. I've already done the cons. I'll split it down the middle and we'll do the pros. If you like comedy, if you don't really watch all the trailers that much, then go ahead and watch this, because this can be a pretty damn good funny movie. But if you've seen the trailers like me a million times, you're not gonna laugh at the jokes that you heard in the trailer, and those are the same jokes in the movie. And it sucks how when you hear the joke, it didn't make you laugh. It kind of made you be like, I heard that one before. So my recommendation to Ryan Reynolds and to Deadpool, the second movie coming out, because they're making another one. What they gotta do, don't put every good joke in the trailer. Because that's where the good jokes were. They were, for real. They were. Sorry, I just need to fix my lens. I'm not going to edit this. I'm not in the mood to edit. I want to just make this video and go to bed. Because this movie did ruin my night. I'm not going to lie. Because I expected to laugh my ass off. I didn't laugh my ass off. You can go watch an actual comedy, an even older one, and laugh your ass off. You're not going to laugh your ass off at this if you've seen the trailers a million times like I have. And I was hyped. I was so happy. I was ready. I was like, oh my gosh, Deadpool, Deadpool, Deadpool. And then I don't know what happened. Okay, where was I? Pros. Okay, the pros. The fighting was great. The CGI looked great with the mixture. I feel like Colossus could have been more. I wish they would have, had him take off the armor a bit, because he had the whole thing on the entire movie. Honestly, he didn't take it off once. There was only 2 X-Men that you see. 2 X-Men. That's it. And he even makes a joke about how there's only 2 of them. The point is that it was lazy. It was lazy. It wasn't as great as it built up the hype for. Do not sit there and think that this is the greatest movie in the world, because if you're sitting there thinking that, then you are lying. We should expect more, especially from Deadpool. We expected more from just a trailer. Remember that a trailer is just to build up a little hype, not to give you every single detail in the movie, because that's when you know that you fucked up. And they did not fuck up, and let me explain why. Because they built up a hype to the point you don't care what nobody thinks, and you go watch the fucking movie. And you don't care what nobody thinks. That's how they get you. Especially if you love the character. I'm going to argue with a friend of mine on Tuesday about it when I go back to school. That's going to be fun. Because he's going to be all excited. Oh my gosh, this movie was so great. Because that's his favorite superhero, right? I'm going to be the one sitting there saying, no, it wasn't. It was fucking terrible. And I know I keep saying terrible. It's not terrible. I'm sorry if I keep saying that. It's not terrible. It's just, it's not as good as it was supposed to be, I guess is the best way I can say it. And that's why I give it a 7 out of 10. It is above average at best. If when I was angry, I gave it a 5 or a 4 when I was angry. But I decided to be nice, and I gave it a 7 out of 10. That is my rating, and I am not changing it. And if people give it 10 out of 10s or 9 out of 10s, I'm going to go to their house and slap the shit out of them, because it's not. It is like, I don't get... I guess what bothers me is I don't understand how his origin story, for some reason when I was watching it, like, you know how you would watch Batman's or Spider-Man's, you see it over and over again, and you still have the same effect, like, oh, you know, like you care deeply, but I didn't care deeply for this character, and that's probably what threw me off. I think the love story is what threw me off. The love story threw me off. I'm not in the mood to go into more details. If you want to go see it, go see it. I recommend you just keep your damn money. Or if you never watched the trailers, but you saw the ones on TV, go see it. It's funny. It is funny. But if you sit there now like me, like an idiot on YouTube watching it, it gets old. That's it. I'm done. Like I said, don't... You can see the movie. I don't care. Deadpool. Too linear. Needed more emphasis.